everybody. It's Craig from Doc Sports. We're back here, Doc's Daily, for Thursday, the 10th of April. I mean, where is the year gone? I mean,
fast.
Like, it feels like yesterday I came over to Doc Sports. I've been here for 4 months now. I mean, it's like, what the freak? I've been doing shows with these guys for 2 months now. I mean, it's like, where has this year gone? I mean, we're already 2 weeks into the Major League Baseball season. We are less than, 5 days? No, we're 4 days from the end of the NBA season. Like, that's crazy.
I think 13th? Crazy.
Thursday, is it on Sunday too? Is it just Saturday?
13th. I'm not sure.
Saturday, I believe, his last games.
All right, so we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday left. I'm guessing, but I think most teams have 2, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Don't forget, though, if you're new to Doc's Daily, very simple. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out. We're here every day, 1 o'clock-ish to 1:30. Some days we go a little over, but it's about a 30-minute show every day. Like and subscribe, and we give out tons of free plays. Usually it's about 10 to 12 free plays, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, just kind of what we feel, and we kind of shoot from the hip. It's not like I don't tell these guys ahead of time, like, hey, play this game, play that game. We just kind of go from the hip. Also, don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure you take advantage of that free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. That will get you a free $60 account for today. And the most important thing with that is you get to test us out for $0. So if you're a new customer and you want to see what I have a 7-unit play tonight in the NBA, you want to see what that feels like, how it does, how the picks come, all that, you do it for free. Just download this, sign up, and then take advantage of it. Go over to the grid and take advantage. It's $30 per day per sport. So you could get 2 cappers for today's different sports, or 1 capper, 2 different sports, however you want. Make sure you take advantage of it. Of course, if you're an existing user, just go to the grid and take advantage of the BPAs. BPA means big play alerts today. So you get over there in the members area, it tells you who has what today, and take advantage of whoever has the top plays. Okay, boys. Also, like yesterday, did your Nerfy hit again?
No, it didn't. Imanaga gave up a run. It gave up a run in the first inning. The Rangers scored 1 there on the Cubbies. Imanaga had a bad game yesterday, but the Cubs had a bad game just overall there.
All right. Well, we're going to get back on track with the Knicks Nerfies. We'll talk about that come baseball. But boys, do we have any? I have a 7-unit play in the NBA. Nothing else really big today. Griffin, what do you like today?
I got a 7-unit in the NHL. It's part of a 2-play card. I'm absolutely spiraling right now. Yesterday I went 1-1. I did win the card. I had a 3-unit play on Edmonton, 1-unit play on Calgary, so I ended up cashing that Edmonton play. The day before, I had a 7-unit on Columbus. I ended up sweeping that day entirely for, I want to say, plus $1,000 profit, something along those lines. So tonight, 7-unit best bet on the ice. That play goes off at 8 p.m. Eastern time, part of a 2-play card tonight, Craig.
Okay, Nick, what do you have tonight?
Yeah, we're picking up steam in our top plays over the last 2 days. On Tuesday, we hit a 6-unit with the Montreal Canadiens there. And then last night, we had on the hardwood floor in the NBA, we had the Denver Nuggets there. They covered easily, got the win on the road over Sacramento. And tonight, we are coming back on the ice. We passed yesterday. We'll be back here with a 2-pack as well, like Griff. We got a big 7-unit here, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that game. That puck drops, I should say. And then we just got to play in baseball, lower card, lower volume, not as many games here on the slate for today, Craig.
Also, if you haven't done so, we got Mitchell, welcome as a YouTube member here. Very simple to get in on a YouTube Premium and Premium Plus. You get tons of extra things. Premiums, $19.99. That gets you Indian Cowboys 3 or 4 leans every day. So make sure you check that out. If you get that plus $30 more, you get the Premium Plus. So you get both levels for $49.99 per month. That ends up being about 6 plays a day. Yeah, 180 plays or more per month. So make sure you check us out. And what does those 3 expert plays look like in the Premium Plus? It could be Griffin one day. It could be his 4-unit play. It could be MLB, and then Nick could be the NHL. And I pick out. I do the video every day. It's 3 different cappers I choose directly from the Premium Picks. It's going to be 2, 3, and 4-unit plays. It's never going to be the top 5, 6, 7, 8-unit plays. But, our 2, 3, and 4-unit plays usually hit just a few percent less than our 5 through 8 plays. So it's not like you're getting garbage plays.
Dude, my 4-unit prop plays, I'm 25-9 this year for over $6,000 in profit. These plays smack, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fade it. Don't fade it. Right path back.
Yeah, it's easy money. We have over a couple hundred members. just in the last month. So make sure you take advantage of it. Go get in, click the link in the description because that's the way to get the $49.99 price. If you sometimes go through your app store, they charge a surcharge, and YouTube passes that on to you. We don't get that extra. So don't charge yourself the extra. Go click the link in the description, sign up on the desktop. Okay, let's talk Major League Baseball to kick us off here. Even though we just got a few days of NBA, I really only think there's one good NBA, maybe two tonight. We could argue about, I guess, maybe a third if you really stretch. But in the MLB, it's early day. Thursday's moving day, as they say. They're moving. Like, this is the last day usually for a series, and then they travel, and of course, the new series start most Fridays. Is there something you like here, Nick, today in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I got actually a dog price here. We got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. That total is sitting at 8.5. And these Boston Red Sox, they're coming in on a 3-game losing streak here. This will be the 4th game of the series. And Chris Bassett for the Toronto Blue Jays, he'll be on the mound. He's 1-0 this season. He has 6.2 innings of work. He's only allowed 1 run in 12 innings there. He's pitching really well. And this Red Sox team just cannot have timely hitting. We saw it yesterday in extra innings there. They had a runner on second. Obviously, in extra innings, that runner starts on second. Both times, twice, did not score that run from second. Just not timely hitting from these Boston Red Sox. I think the public will be all over these Red Sox here tonight, or today, I should say. We're going to flip that script and go with the dog. I think the Toronto Blue Jays stay hot on the offensive side, especially with Chris Bassett on the mound here. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays money line over the Boston Celtics today, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, like,
or the Boston
early in the season, don't you think early in the season, it's like, if you just sometimes just put your hand over the records, like put your hand over the records and believe what you believe instead of believe what you, because sometimes, you see the records and it can just sway you one way or the other. And we've said this already this year. The Pittsburgh Pirates were in first place last year this time. We're killing it. I think they were like 10-2 or something like that to start the year. And look where they ended up. And there was other teams that were bad and ended up good. So, like, it really can, don't just look at the records. I like that play. I actually have it as a premium play. A small 3-unit play today is actually in my premium card. I think the Blue Jays are the play today. Griffin, what do you have for a free play for us?
Yeah, Craig, I'm looking at this Minnesota Twins against the Kansas City Royals. Royals minus 120 on the money line, total sitting at 8.5. When you look at a high total like this tells me that there's going to be runs scored today, and Minnesota has not been able to score runs offensively as of late. Bailey O'Bear gets the start for them for Minnesota, and this guy is extremely underrated. He's a very sound pitcher. He's had 1 start and 1 bad outing. I smell a bounce-back game for him today. Michael Wacha, he's a bigger name in the MLB, but he came from San Diego, and that's where he established his name. Right now with this Kansas City Royals team, this guy's kind of falling off a cliff, and he's really falling down as a pitcher in general. He's just not who he used to be by any means. I believe because of this total sitting at 8.5, that gives me a line incentive that this Minnesota Twins team is going to barrel the baseball up tonight and light up runs. So give me the Minnesota Twins here, plus value at plus 100 lines over the Kansas City Royals in today's matchup, Craig. Like the Twins a lot today. Craig?
Yeah, I mean, the Twins are one of those teams that I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you.
We're good.
The Twins are like a danger team. Like if you said the Twins this year are going to win their division, wouldn't shock me. If you said the Twins are going to finish last place, wouldn't shock me. Right. Like, they're a feast or famine type team. Like, I think there's several actually in that division. Kansas City, Cleveland, Chicago, other than Chicago. The other team, every team, if you said they finished last or first, I'd be like, oh, yeah, maybe.
It's a mix-up for sure. In the AL Central, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's division. I will say that. Other than the White Sox, I mean, we could count them out, I guess.
Tigers, baby. Tigers.
It's the Tigers. It's the Tigers.
I don't think.
Shout out to our producer. He's over there.
I think if I had to take a team outside of Detroit Lenny's Tigers, I think maybe I would take the Royals, to be very honest, in that division.
Me too.
But I mean, I'm not in love with them. You know what I mean? Like I really feel like that is a coin flip division. I feel like the last week of the season, there's going to be 3 or 4 teams, and it's how do you finish the year against head-to-head? Because, I will say Major League Baseball does a pretty good job at the end of the year putting them, like stacking them up at the end of the year, so you play a lot of division matchups. So it's like, that's when you get them. I got a little free play action, not a huge play today. I I like this Braves team. I do. I think I know they've started really, really slow this year, and this is one of them. You have to cover the record up but I think they have a starting pitching edge. Thus, they're the favorite today. I don't think you go crazy, but I think the Braves first 5 inning and the full game. I like them both today. I think the Braves, they need this one. Like they need to get back on track, because let's be honest, the Phillies are the team to beat in that division, in my opinion. I don't think that's the Mets. I don't think it's the Braves. I think it's the Phillies, and you got to kind of plant your flag, as they say. Plant your flag, and I think they do that here today on the getaway. All right, let's move to the NBA. This is like you said, there's a couple days left of the regular season. I don't know. Like, this is like, I have one 7-unit play. It's in the game that matters tonight. Really, to be very honest, there's one game that matters on the card tonight, and it's the late game. It's the Minnesota and Memphis game. Yeah. Whoever loses that game will most likely be the 8th seed. We'll have to play in the play-in tournament. So it is like super important. Anything that you guys like, maybe outside of that game, or maybe even if you do like the game, why don't you, Griffin, you start?
I found value in this play, Craig, as I was breaking it down this morning. Honestly, this should have been one of my premiums, but I'm staying lower volume across the premium selections. We've got the Pelicans going into Milwaukee to play the Bucks. Bucks minus 14 in this matchup, total sitting at 220.5. Milwaukee's in a must-win situation here. We lost Craig, Nick. We'll just keep it rolling. Milwaukee's in a must-win situation. Milwaukee's fighting for that number 4 and 5 seed with both Indiana and Detroit right on their tails. After they play this New Orleans team, Milwaukee's on back-to-back games with Detroit to close out the season. They have to play them twice. Milwaukee has to play safe here tonight, and they have to secure a win. They are on back-to-backs, as I just mentioned, for tomorrow's matchup. So I believe they're going to win this game tonight, but they're going to take their foot off the gas in the second half of the season, in my opinion, because they don't have deep. They're not deep when it comes to depth, this team, and they have to be ready for tomorrow's matchup against a very good Detroit Pistons team. So give me the Pelicans here, plus 14. I believe the Pelicans are going to be blown out first half of this game. If you're looking for first half lines, it might be sharper to take the Bucks first half. But second half, I believe the Pelicans get right back in this game and keep it close, as Milwaukee Bucks will take their foot off the gas, start pulling off their main starters, and kind of slow it down a little bit for health reasons for postseason. So give me the Pelicans here, plus 14, Craig.
I always like first quarter plays too. Like, you know what I mean? If you're right on a game and you could, like, first quarter, like Milwaukee, I think is going to do exactly what you said. They're going to try to jump on them early, take their heart out of this game. And that's why I like them in the first quarter. I see it like 3.5, even I see a 4 out there. I think Milwaukee bombs them early and then tries to play basically 50% of their starters. You know, I mean, they're going to really let me like, hey, we want to win a game, but we don't want to like risk anything. Guys get injured. Like, there's no team more in the Eastern Conference that has to have their starters. Like, this is the like, yeah. I mean, like, Lillard and them have to be, and they're all kind of older too. So it's not like you want to press them. So I do like that for the full game if you fade them as far as the spread. But I do like them in the first quarter of Milwaukee. I think there's a little value there that they will try to just step on their throat early. In New Orleans, their top 5 players are basically sitting rest of the year. I mean, NBA's got to do something about this. Like, if guys hurt, that's one thing. To just rest guys.
This time of the year, it's like, what the hell is really going on here, man? You know, there's so many debacles in play. Who's on the bubble? Who's in the play-in game? Who's getting the 5th spot? I mean, it's chaos, man. It's you have to be so sharp handicapping these games when you're really at this point of the time of the season. That is the biggest thing for me. They need to fix this up because it gets crazy, man. I mean, when you talk about homework and crunch time, well, this is when you do your homework for these selections right now. But anyways, Craig, I'm done with my rant.
Imagine making $45 million, which I think Zion's in that range, right? 40, 45 million. Max player. And he can't play the end of the year because you might get hurt for next year. Like, what planet are we on? Why get paid then? Why make the money if, like, it would be like not showing up your last month of the season because we had a losing season. It's like, no, dude, we're trying to win every day. Like, that's what we do. There's no different in the NBA. And don't get me started. All right, Nick, you like a free play today?
Yeah, let's look at the Atlanta Hawks minus 13.5 in this one against the Brooklyn Nets here. That total sitting at 232.5. I would actually lean towards that under here. But the Hawks, they're sitting in the 8th seed right now. They're a half game above the Chicago Bulls here, and they're playing for that home court advantage in that play-in game. This Brooklyn Nets team just won over the New Orleans Pelicans there, but I think it's time for this Atlanta Hawks team to start playing like a playoff basketball team here tonight. I think Trae Young has a big game here tonight. And you guys were talking about that first half. I would even, lean towards that first half number with that Atlanta Hawks team. I think they come out of the gates hot here against the Brooklyn Nets team to slim down that 13.5, but I would just lay it with the Atlanta Hawks here, minus 13.5 over the Brooklyn Nets, Craig.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens. Can you hear me, guys?
We hear you.
I can't see what happens in the play-in games, because these play-in games, like you see the potential matchups, they're big name teams. Trae Young in a playoff game, in a 1-game playoff, he's going to have 2 games most likely, unless something really drastic. He's going to have 2 games to win 1. I like my chances with Atlanta if I have Trae Young. Like, he's pretty freaking good. Remember what he did the Knicks in New York a few years ago? I think that's a great matchup. The West, are you kidding me? Memphis or Minnesota are going to be the 7 or 8 seed. Like, dude, these teams could beat on a given night. They could beat Oklahoma City. Like, they're going to maybe match up with them. I mean, that's just nuts. Now, the 9-10 teams, take it or leave it. Like, I don't think, like, if you're basically under 500, I don't know if you should be.
Sacramento and Dallas.
Yeah, Sacramento, Dallas, and then the Bulls, and who's the other one? The Bulls
and the Heat.
Yeah, like, these teams are under, like, 500 or under. Like,
almost
like, it makes it exciting. I get at the end of the season, like, who's going to make it, but it doesn't, like, they're going to end up playing, Oklahoma City or Cleveland. Like, they're not winning. Now, the number 2 seeds probably aren't loving the matchups they potentially have, because the Celtics are going to end up with, like, a decent matchup there, and I think it's going to be the Rockets, which the Rockets, like, can beat anybody and they can get beat by anybody. So I got a little NBA free play though for you. I like the Pistons tonight -5. I see some 3.5s out there. I mean, it's all over the place. I'm guessing the news of the Knicks players that are going to probably sit out are going to come in on this, but the Knicks have nothing left to play for, and this is going to be the first round matchup. This is going to be the 3-6 matchup. The Knicks and the Pistons are going to play in the playoffs in a week and a half, I guess it is, 10 days, something like that, 9 days. I think the Pistons are like, guys, we need to at least send a message to these guys that we're for real, and they're at home tonight. I think they did that. So I kind of think the Pistons show out here against the Knicks team that they have to get healthy. Brunson and Hart, I can't imagine those guys are playing tonight. And Towns, they do not have a lot of depth, and they ride their starters more than, Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
We know what he did to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose's knee is like, he ran him into the ground. That's just his MO. Like, he likes to ride his starters. And, these Villanova boys love that too. They're dogs. So, like, I think you're going to see them all set tonight. Let's take the Pistons in this one. All right, let's talk NHL, because, Nick, we're at a point of the season where it's not like the NBA. It is really not, that we see. You really just can't rest guys in the NHL. You can't rest like 4 starters because you just don't have that much depth, and you need 3 lines. The guys are only playing a third of the game anyway. Is there something?
You got 4 lines there too. So they're rotating. So sitting on the bench is your line not being out there, but it's not like the NBA where you're playing 38 minutes a game consistently, but they're on and off the ice, so it's harder for them to obviously sit players, which they don't do in the NHL.
But they can rotate more. You can play those lines less. So there's ways in the NHL to, like, limit this guy's chance of maybe even getting injured, or just giving the other guys, like, time on the ice, because come playoffs, it's so physical. You have to be depth. The depth in the NHL is so important, and people don't realize it because, the average fan just hears about the big guys. They heard Ovechkin and all this, that he breaks the record. They're not following the 3rd, 4th line for your, 7th place team in the NHL. That's what Nick does. But rest of the leagues don't. What do you have here as a free play tonight?
Yeah, let's look at the Anaheim Ducks in this Los Angeles Kings. The Kings are laying an absolute number here, minus 360 on the money line. The total sitting at 5.5. And let me tell you something here. The Anaheim Ducks, they've been playing really good hockey here in their last 10 games. They're 6-4 on a 2-game winning streak here, just beating the Flames 4-3. While the Kings, they dropped to the Kraken at home in their last game, 2-1 in that game. I know the Kings are stellar at home, and everybody else and the public knows that they're great at home. 29-5 on the season, but these Anaheim Ducks, they continuously beat on you physically, and they score in a lot of goals here. I like this Anaheim Ducks to cover the puck line plus 1.5 here over the Los Angeles Kings. I think we could squeeze it maybe in overtime. I'm not saying they're going to win outright, but I think they cover here tonight and get off to a good start. I would take the Anaheim Ducks plus 1.5 over the Los Angeles Kings, Craig.
You want to know how to get this bet home? Just have me take the Kings. Because every time I take the Kings,
It's a
three-way
winner,
line,
baby, on the other side.
they
Like the
literally
Bulls
have
to me.
lost. They've lost 5 games at home, right? I think all year, 4 games, something
5.
like that. I've been on 2 of them. Like, I mean, what's the chances? Like, you can play them every game. They're winning like 70 or 85%. I'm on 2 of the 4 losses. And then I also had that was a loss early this week when they lost outright. I absolutely got boat race. I was on them one time when they won 1-0, and I had them in overtime, and I had them on the 3-way line, so I lost. So it's like, this is a no bet team for me, this LA Kings team. So hey, let's get the outright win. F those guys. Let's get Anaheim home. But I'm officially, just so you guys know, I'm not on the NHL tonight. So just so you know. All right, Griffin, you got anything in the NHL here?
Yeah, Craig, when it's a time like this in the season, when it's this late and you really don't have a ton of games with value in them, this is where I start looking at totals plays. And I've got one right here. We've got the Nashville Predators rolling into Utah to play the Utah Hockey Club. Utah's laying a minus 200 on the money line, and we have a high total sitting at 6.5. Nashville, they're 9-25-5 on the road this season. They're dead last in offensive goals per game, and they're coming off a very high-scoring 7-6 win over New York on Tuesday. They went way over their RSI, meaning the relative strength index. This team needs to come right back down. They cracked their seal. They are not a 7-goal per game team by any means. Utah, they're 18-15-7 at home this season. They're 17th in the NHL when it comes to goals allowed against, and they're 15th on the power play execution offensively. One thing that Nashville does very well on the defensive side is kill the penalty. So we could deplete that power play execution on both sides, in my eyes, in this matchup. This game's got written under all over at 6.5. So give me that under 6.5 goals in this game between the Nashville Predators and the Utah Hockey Club, Craig.
Yeah, Nashville got to be one of the more disappointing teams. I kind of thought this team had a chance. For sure, I thought they'd be a playoff team. I did not think they'd be this far below 500. I mean, in NHL, the middle to the bottom of the teams are just like jumble them up. It's like the craps table. It's like, except not when Nick throws, he throws it right off the table. But
Craig's in there though, baby. Let's get it rolling.
I don't throw it off the table. I don't want the bad juju. I don't want the bad juju. But to me, it's like the middle to the bottom half, especially I think in the East. Like, it's just so wide open. It's like any given day, anybody. But Nashville just been, especially the second half, since that what did we call it? The middle of the year break. What did they call it? The tournament?
I
don't know. Whatever they wanted to call it.
Four Nations.
Four Nations
tournament. Nashville has not been great since then. They have not played great. Had that break didn't help them. I think they're like what the Kenny Jet Smith and all that are like, hey, we just want to get to the off season and the vacations. They're already playing in their vacations. So I like that play. To me, I always say there's a sweet spot for me for the NHL as far as underdogs. And I can't believe we're getting Winnipeg at a plus 105. Like plus 105 to plus 125 is where I'm always looking. Maybe even to plus 135. I think you got to take Winnipeg, right? I mean, I know Dallas is really good at home. I mean, they're 28-8-3 at home. But I think Winnipeg's a shot here, plus 105. I'm not going crazy with this one. Nick's smiling over there, so he must be on Dallas today. But I kind of think Winnipeg has a shot here.
Nick,
I
I
go
got a premium on
with
this. Go ahead, take it.
Look at him smiling over there. He can't hide it.
One of us does.
The Winnipeg Jets, they've been my team all season long here. I won't say too much because I know it is a top play, not for me, but the other one there. So competitive game, I would look at the under in that one. You got two good goalies. Dallas Stars are on a 3-game losing streak here. Winnipeg just picked up a win, so just be careful. And I would go with the over in this game, or the under. I'm sorry, in this game with Halibut in net.
Hey, Nick's girlfriend, he can never. That face could never lie. This dude can never lie. So like, she's safe. She's safe. What's her? I won't even. I was going to ask her name, but let's don't say that. We don't want.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give that out, Craig.
She might be getting some DMs otherwise. All right. Hey, guys, we got to talk. You guys aren't going to be here tomorrow. So let's talk NBA playoffs a little bit. Is there anybody outside of the big three? And when I mean the big three, it's Oklahoma City, the Cavs, and the Celtics. Those three records stand apart from everybody else. I think Houston's the fourth team. Yeah. Like everybody else is within a few games of each other. Is there anybody out there outside of those three that you guys think can that are worth maybe a wager or at least a think about?
As a futures to win the finals?
Yeah, win it all.
No, there's not.
Those three.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, they've been absolutely dominant all season long. Boston Celtics, we know what they did last year, so we know they're way ready for playoff contention again this year. I mean, and then you go on the other side on the West. OKC, they've absolutely throttled the hell out of everybody. But outside of those teams, I guess there's one team in particular that I would pick, and that would be in the Western Conference, and that would be the Denver Nuggets for one specific reason. When Denver has home court advantage, that altitude screws everybody up. Everybody. And as soon as they're done playing there, and if they have to go back to finish the series off, everybody is exhausted, and Denver's already used to it. They're back into an element of they're refreshed now. Now they're ready to go. So Denver's always got that edge when it comes to postseason play, especially in a 7-game series, because they're going to have to go back and forth. So Denver would be my only team out of the West, or out of the entire NBA in general, that I would say would be the sleeper to win it all outside of OKC, Boston, and Cleveland, Craig.
Well, I mean, they did fire their coach yesterday.
That is one. And then they came out and throttled.
I mean, they look good. They beat the Kings, though. Like, let's slow down. They beat the team.
Hey, they're playing.
Like, to me, I'm guessing we'll ask Raphael tomorrow. I'm sure there's a bet out there where you can those three versus the field. I'm guessing it's probably like even money. That you get the top three and then even money. That I don't know. I think I would take the top three. If that's the case, as far as it's even money, minus 110, minus 120, let's say one way or the other, I think I got to take the top three. I just don't see. I'm going to be honest. I think the Celtics are still going to win. I think they're the best defensive team when they're focused, and I think their 3-point shooting is just going to carry them. Now, Oklahoma City has been right there too, so it's like they haven't done it yet. It's like they haven't taken that next step. Last year they got beat by Dallas, right? I think it was Dallas that beat them. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, Luka's with the Lakers, so it's like they don't have to worry about Dallas this year, I don't think. But let's remember, you made a good point. Denver is going to be the 4 or 5 seed, it looks like. Oklahoma City's going to have to face Denver in the first round. Like, that's a tough. I mean,
what does OKC rely on?
If they win,
pace,
it would be. I'm guessing that like it possibly could be Denver, Golden State, or Denver, Minnesota, or Denver, Memphis.
Yeah, I left Golden State out of it.
Like those, like, dude, if you're Oklahoma City, you're like, please don't give us any of those teams. But you jumble it up, they have to face the winner of that 4 or 5 matchup, and that's who's going to be. It's going to be those 3 teams. I guess the Lakers could fall there too, but it looks like the Lakers are going to probably be that 3 seed. The Lakers or Denver are going to be the 3 seed. So there's a lot to be worked out here in the playoffs. So we'll be talking Monday because the play-in tournament I think starts on Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the play-in tournament. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll know by our Monday show, we'll know the matchups and who's in the play-in tournament. So we're gonna have tons of stuff to talk about. Excited about that. And then we'll have a week, right? And then the NHL playoffs, right?
Yep. The following week there, NHL starts.
It's crunch time, boys.
So yeah, there's no better time. NBA and NHL playoffs. Like, it's not as good as March Madness, in my opinion, but it's really close to second because you get the series where you get 7 games as a handicapper. there's always value playing the opposite in like, you know, what people know what happened yesterday and people think that's just going to happen again. So they just bet it back. And so to me, if you can make the argument and bet the other way, you're on the house side. That always is value. And in the NBA and NHL playoffs, you get that because, you know, they played yesterday or the day before. Who won? Can they repeat? Now they're on the road. What does that mean? I mean, it's like there's a lot to unpack in these games. And I don't know about you boys, but I love it, especially the NHL playoffs. Like I'm about 2 to 3 plays a week in the NHL. NHL playoffs, I'm playing pretty much 5-6 days a week because there's so much more value in my mind.
I'm on it every day.
Nick, I know. Nick's like at home, like, yeah.
Let's go, baby. Need the playoff now.
Yeah.
Nick's
So
got his jacket on. He's ready to go, baby.
Yeah. He's like, he tells his girlfriend, "Don't call me. I'm in love with the playoffs."
Oh, that's true. That's real.
You guys are killing
But anyway,
me.
we had talked. We're going to be doing some live stuff in Chicago here. Whenever I can get up there to see the boys, we're going to go to Wrigleyville and then do some, you know, like man on the towns type stuff where we can give you some parlays and some live stuff, maybe some in-game betting stuff, which we haven't really dabbled into. That's so hard for us. We like to do it ourselves, but it's hard to get it out to all you clients in a timely manner so that you don't miss out. Because if I tell you at halftime to bet something and you take an hour to get in, guess what? The bet's not available anymore or the line's moved. So hopefully we'll be able to, like, you guys could follow us live. Like we'll do on-air stuff while we're watching games. And then, you know, especially like around half times of the NBA games. So then we can give you guys what we like live on the air. So, all right, guys, thanks again for joining in. These two are off tomorrow. I've got Raphael with me tomorrow, so we'll be able to talk a ton of odd stuff. He'll have, I'm interested if he has a field bet on that. The 3 teams in the NBA versus the field. Everybody else, I'm anxious to see what, you know, because if you guys don't know, Raphael is like the odds guy. Like he's the odds guru for Dark Sports. Like, yeah, I mean, if you give him any bet, you know, like Trump to win the presidency, he knew the odds. I mean, it didn't matter. Whatever it is, he knows like the props.
WWE.
It's hilarious.
WWE.
Yes.
That's hilarious you say that, Craig. I was calling him all night during election night because he was getting all the money, seeing where all the wagers. Who's winning? Who's winning? He knew who was going to win presidency before they actually elected it out. Before that, like he's all over this. I mean, aliens. This guy gives out odds for the color of an alien. Whether it's gray, green, white, it's absolutely insane. I mean, insane. But anyways, go ahead, Craig, take it.
So we'll have Raphael back tomorrow as these guys are going to take the day off. And they're going to be they're not just taking the day off. They're going to be warming up because next week, we're no more days off for playoff time, baby. There's no more days off. We took our days off. So
Saturday, we got box seats at the Sox game. So we'll get some content over there.
Yeah.
We at the skybox, so we're gonna be lit up there. And then as soon as Saturday is over, it is crunch time, baby. We got playoff in action. Get ready.
Is this like the Bulls, like you know, like
for him?
Is it like that?
It could be a bad day, Craig.
Yeah, he's gonna bet on the Sox. I guarantee you.
It's White Sox versus Red Sox. I'm betting on my White Sox to win.
I'm taking the Yerfie too.
Yes, yeah.
No, it's gonna be chaos.
All right, so make sure you guys follow them on social media. If you don't Twitter, especially, that's where it's easiest to kind of get us like on a quick stuff. So make sure you just search us. You can find us pretty easy on Twitter or Doc Sports as well. You know, we pretty much are all in and out of there. So make sure you check us out. Don't forget, get on that Premium Plus if you haven't done so. I like the 3 plays today. None of them were any of the guys on the screen here, but we went 0-3 yesterday. And so I did some extra research to handicap the handicappers today, which is crazy. I have to do that, but hey, I had to find out who was hot. So I got 3 good ones for today, 2 4-unit plays and a 2-unit play. So make sure you get in on that. Link is in the description to get in. I hope all your bets are winning ones. We'll see you again on Friday. These boys will be back come Monday. Good luck.